Before you hand over your entire copywriting process to AI, there are some critical limitations you need to understand, because the gaps AI can't fill are exactly where your conversions live or die. This video breaks down how AI copywriting actually works and where it fundamentally needs human intervention. You're using AI to write sales copy, and it's generating impressive-looking results fast. Professional formatting, smooth transitions, persuasive language. On the surface, it looks like AI is handling copywriting completely. But here's what's actually happening. AI is creating the appearance of good copy without the substance that drives conversions, and the gaps are invisible until you launch and see terrible results. Let me show you exactly what AI cannot do, no matter how good your prompts are. First, AI cannot know what your customers actually care about versus what you think they care about. You might believe your product's main value is saving time, but perhaps your actual customers buy because it reduces their anxiety about looking incompetent in front of their boss. AI can't discover that disconnect. It takes whatever you tell it as truth. If your assumption is wrong, your copy fails, regardless of how well AI writes it. The way to close this gap is through direct customer conversations, review mining, and listening to actual language customers use when they describe their problems. AI can help you organize this research, but it cannot generate the insights from thin air. Second, AI cannot understand market awareness levels. Your audience might be 1. Completely unaware a problem exists, 2. Problem aware but not solution aware, 3. Solution aware but not product aware, or 4. Fully aware and comparing options. Each awareness level requires completely different copy. AI defaults to solution-aware copy, explaining your product, because that's the most common pattern in its training. But if your market is problem-aware, that approach fails completely. There's only one way to close this gap. You need to assess where your market actually sits on the awareness spectrum and explicitly tell AI how to adjust the copy accordingly. AI can execute the different approaches, but it cannot diagnose which one your market needs. Third, AI cannot detect when it's making promises your product can't keep. It will generate compelling benefit statements based on typical patterns, such as get results in 30 days or achieve 10x growth, without knowing if your product actually delivers that. It's optimizing for persuasive language, not truthful representation. Here's the way to close this gap. You need to verify every claim AI makes against your actual product capabilities and real customer results. AI can write persuasively, but it cannot validate truth. Fourth, AI cannot feel the emotional weight of your customer's problem. It can write sentences about frustration, anxiety, or desperation, but it cannot distinguish between genuine emotional resonance and generic emotional language. The difference between you're frustrated with low conversions and you're lying awake at 2 a.m. wondering if your business will survive another quarter is invisible to AI, but it's everything to your customer. Here's the way to close this gap. You need to bring real emotional depth from actual customer experiences. AI can help you articulate it clearly, but it cannot generate authentic emotional weight. Fifth, AI cannot identify when your offer structure is broken. If your pricing is wrong, your guarantee is weak, or your onboarding process creates friction, AI will write beautiful copy around a fundamentally broken offer. It cannot step back and say, this offer won't convert regardless of how good the copy is. There's only one way to close this gap. You need strategic thinking about offer design before you write copy. AI can execute the presentation, but it cannot fix structural business problems. Sixth, AI cannot understand your competitive landscape context. It doesn't know that your competitor just launched a similar product at half your price, or that your industry just had a major scandal that created skepticism. It writes in a vacuum unless you explicitly provide that context. The only way to close this gap is to monitor your market and explicitly incorporate competitive and environmental factors into your copy strategy. AI can adjust tone and messaging once you explain the context, but it cannot perceive the context independently. Seventh, AI cannot tell you when your copy is legally risky. It might generate claims that violate FTC guidelines, make medical claims that require disclaimers, or promise results that could constitute false advertising. It's writing to persuade, not to comply with regulations. To close this gap, you need legal review and industry-specific compliance knowledge. AI can help you rewrite flagged sections, but it cannot identify legal risk on its own.
The pattern here is crucial. AI is exceptionally good at execution, taking your strategic direction and turning it into polished copy quickly, but it cannot provide the strategic input itself. It cannot replace customer knowledge, market understanding, emotional authenticity, offer design, competitive awareness, or legal judgment. When people say AI copywriting doesn't work, what they usually mean is, I gave AI insufficient strategic input and expected it to fill in the gaps. AI cannot fill those gaps. It can only amplify what you give it. So, AI copywriting doesn't mean automated copywriting system that handles everything. It means execution engine that requires strategic human input to produce effective results. The businesses succeeding with AI copywriting understand this distinction. They're not handing everything to AI. They're doing the hard strategic work, customer research, awareness assessment, emotional depth, offer design, then using AI to execute faster. The ones failing are skipping the strategic work and expecting AI to compensate. It can't. This is exactly why you need a diagnostic tool that evaluates whether your copy includes the strategic elements AI typically misses. The AI copywriting checklist is completely free and based on decades of direct response testing. It helps you identify in under 5 minutes whether your copy has the strategic foundation it needs to convert, or if you're just publishing well-written copy that's missing the substance. Click the link in the description to get your free checklist.